Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the LDY Orion 1.5, and I actually have both the versions here, as you could see in the thumbnail, but I will be comparing them both because they are quite a bit different, and I've had the Orion 1.5 trainer for a while, but I've only recently in the last couple of months gotten the 1.5 live. And I think there's a lot to be said about this balisong. I think it's amazing. So before we get into the video though, I just want to thank everyone who's recently been supporting my channel. I know I've said this every video, but I'm super new to this. And maybe you can tell by my amateur video filming style, but I really appreciate everyone who's continued to watch and comment on my videos. I really appreciate you guys. It means a lot to me. It continues to inspire me and motivate me to make more videos. So I really appreciate you guys. I know I'm not the most consistent with posting, but when I do, you guys are always here to watch it and comment, so I really appreciate that. That being said though, school is around the corner, which means that I will have a bit less time to make and post videos. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stop posting. Of course, I'm not gonna stop posting. I love posting, and I think you guys like it too when I post. So I will post. It's just not gonna be as consistent or as regular or as often as it would be when I'm off school. But yeah, I will still continue to post. So don't worry about that. It's just gonna be a lot less often. Getting straight into the video though. So like I said earlier, we have the Orion 1.5 trainer and live blade on me here right now, made by LDY, and let me just say, I've tried the Cygnus, the Orion, and the Sirius, and I think it's just amazing how LDY nails it absolutely every time. They just killed it absolutely. Like my first LDY balisong was the Sirius, then I got the Orion, and then I got the Cygnus, and each time they impressed me so much with how well they flip. And to be honest, the one that's impressed me the most is the Orion. And that's because of how cheap it is for what you're getting. I mean, like, I think James Hill said this on his channel, but I totally agree with what he said. At the end of his video, he said something like he'd pay twice the price for the Orion than it is. So it retails for around $75. Honestly, I completely agree with him, and I'd pay even more than that. Honestly, if this was like a $250 balisong, okay, maybe not $250. If this was like a $220 balisong, it'd still be like an amazing deal. And the fact that it's $75 for the trainer is just like I don't even think anyone should hesitate about purchasing one of these. If you have the funds and you want to know what ballet to get, this is like always my recommendation because it's just so good. It's like such a good introduction to like the balisong like market and like balisongs in general. It's such a good flipper. It's so consistent. And then we have the live blade here, and like I said, they're quite different, the two of them. So I'm gonna kind of go over. I'm not gonna get too technical about it because, like I said in my first video, I honestly don't know what I'm talking about sometimes, but I know how I feel about them, and I feel very strongly about both of these balisongs. So let's just get straight into it. I've had the live blade. Oh, dang! I've had the live blade for a lot less time than I've had the trainer. I got the trainer in around December of 2023. Yeah, I got December 2023, and then I got the live blade in around what's it called? In May of 2024. So I've had both of them for a decent amount of time. I definitely have a major preference between these, and it seems to be a preference that a lot of other YouTubers who have made videos on these share. But I'm just gonna say it right now. I think if you don't care about live blades and utility and whatnot, you 100% should go for the trainer, because the trainer does flip better than the live blade in my opinion. Not by a huge margin, like ever so slightly. So if you do like live blades and utility, it's not like you're going to be missing out by getting the trainer instead of the live. I think both of them are phenomenal. I just prefer the trainer for some small reasons. I like the balance of it more. The blade feels a little bit more heavy on the trainer, and I feel like that helps with the momentum. But yeah, I do prefer the trainer. So if you don't care about live blades and utility, and you just want a good flipper, 100% get the trainer, because not only are you getting, what in my opinion, the better flipper, you're also getting the better like value into the deal. Like this one retailed for $95. That's because of the ano. If this was a plain ano, then the live blade version would be $85, and the trainer would be 75. So yeah, you can't really go wrong with a $75 balisong that flips this good. More specific differences. So like I said, the blade is a bit more heavy on this, and that does affect the balance kind of a bit. I feel like the overall, the balance on the live blade is a bit better, but I just like the way that the trainer fans a little bit, and it does aerials specifically. Like doing a scissor on this feels way better than on the live blade. I don't know why, it just does. I actually practice my scissors on this one a lot because I feel like I am actually consistent with double scissors on this. And they also sound quite a bit different too, which I know doesn't make a difference, but I mean, if you care about that stuff, then it does. The trainer sounds a lot more bouncy, so I'll give you guys a quick sound test. Wow, I just failed to do a short stop. Oh my god, I can't do a short stop. So that's the trainer. Yeah, they sound quite a bit different. The trainer sounds a little bit more bouncy. I don't like the sound of the live blade as much, but it's a minute detail, but it's something to mention. But yeah, the trainer, they do most things pretty similarly. Like Chaplin's, they're pretty sticky on both of them. As I drop it, yeah, they're pretty sticky on both of them. Like it won't fly off your finger. I should be doing double hand flipping right now, but I literally just can't. Yeah, they're pretty good on both of them. If anything, they're a tiny bit better on the live blade. But yeah, and then fans. I think fans might be a little bit better on the trainer. Yeah, they just feel more consistent and more flowy. Especially backhand fans. Backhand fans feel really good on the trainer. The handle design on the Orion is pretty nice. They've got these chamfers on the edges, and they've milled out in the middle of the handles for, I guess, weight reduction. I never tried the original Orion, but I've heard this is way better, so we're not even going to mention the original Orion. But I've heard, from what I've heard, the original Orion was pretty good too. Tolerances are okay on mine. Like I said, when they came from LDY, when like I first got them new, yeah, the tolerances were amazing. I've taken this apart a bunch of times to try different weight configurations. I'll talk about the weight configurations in a second, but I've taken this apart quite a few times. So the tolerances are nowhere near as good as they used to be, but that's on me. That's not on LDY. The tolerances came amazing when those was new. Yeah, the unboxing experience was pretty good. They came in, let me find it. Nice. They came in this box, and they had a bunch of extra hardware in it, and then they had this tag in it. So talking about the hardware for a second, the hardware is interesting. So I found the screws strip pretty easily, and I don't like how the only side that the screws themselves, the heads don't go in very deep. So when you're taking it apart, I feel like you have to go through the what's it called? Man, this is the screw side. The pivot side. You have to go through the pivot side to unscrew it because the screw side just isn't deep enough, and that can lead to them stripping sometimes. The hardware though, it interestingly enough runs on titanium coated. I think it's titanium coated washers, yeah, which I've never seen before. Like last video, we talked about titanium Zen pins, which is one thing, but titanium washers is a different thing. You'd think, I've heard of stainless steel washers before, but not titanium. They've held up pretty well. I mean, I feel like you do have to change them a bit more often because titanium is softer or whatnot. But it's really interesting, and I think it's, I think LDY said there have been some issues, with the titanium washers, like they might be a bit they make the tolerances a bit more sluggish and slow. I haven't noticed it too much. I mean, mine are okay, but yeah, they're not the best durability wise, but I've heard that for the initial tolerances, that's what makes them so good. So that's always appreciated. And they give a bunch of spare hardware, so if you do need extra, then you don't really need to worry about it because they give you a bunch. But yeah, the construction is sandwich, obviously. And they do come with weight pins. So weight pins experience on the Orion is pretty interesting. So I don't know if you can see, but at the very end there, there's like a little hole there. That's where you put the weight pin. And LDY has said themselves that the weight pins only work on the trainer version, because if you put them in the live, then the tip will hit the weight pins. But I actually had weight pins on this, and if you can see, it will fit. So if you do have a LDY Orion live blade version, and you haven't put the trainer, if you haven't tried to put the trainer or the weight pins in, sorry, I think you should try, because it actually worked for me. I didn't prefer it like that. I preferred it without, but who knows, you might. So if you haven't done that yet and you want to, go ahead and try it, see if it works for you. Because I think it's a pretty cool, weight pin system. Nothing spectacular, but it's pretty cool to be able to adjust the balance of your balisong. So overall, though, I do prefer the trainer a lot more. I honestly can't even put my finger on it, to be honest. It does. I like the balance more. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't know. I just, it's like they're similar but very different, and the balance is like they're kind of hard to tell which one is better. But for certain tricks, I think definitely the Orion 1.5 fits my preferences a bit more. The Orion 1.5 trainer, sorry, I said I prefer the Orion 1.5. I meant I prefer the trainer version more. Yeah, like I've said that multiple times. I'm all over the place today. But yeah, the trainer is a bit more sluggish, I think, for some reason. I don't know why, it just feels like that. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's just mine. But yeah, it feels pretty good. And it's a huge blast to flip, so yeah. I'm trying to hit double scissor, man. But yeah, if you were thinking about picking up this balisong, don't hesitate, because you just can't go wrong with the Orion. It's such a good balisong for the price. There we go. It's such a good balisong for the price. Oh, that was on the bite handle. Nice. It's such a good balisong for the price. You really just can't go wrong. Either the live blade or the trainer. But like I said, if you prefer the utility of the live blade, don't feel like you're going to be missing out by buying the trainer, because yes, the experience is different, but both are amazing. And I still have both of them, and I'm probably going to keep both of them, because I feel like they do flip like different balisongs. That said, they're both amazing though. So I'm pretty sure that's all I had to say. I think this is probably my most incoherent video yet. So yeah, I'll probably watch this back. If I think you guys can't understand what I'm saying, then maybe I'll record it again, but can't really be bothered. Yeah, those are all my thoughts about it. Oh, sorry. I always forget to talk about jimping. Damn. So yeah, jimping is all right. It's like nothing huge. Like it's really small. The grooves don't go that deep. But obviously with a sandwich balisong, I feel like the jimping doesn't need to be crazy, because the grip from it being sandwich is usually enough to help it ladder well. And this ladders pretty well. Like there's no issues with it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Besides that, and same with the live blade, or sorry, trainer. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for listening to my rants that make usually 0 sense most of the time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you guys like my videos so much. I appreciate you guys commenting, and I appreciate everyone who subscribed. With that said, thank you for watching, and peace.